Oh, well, looky there. It must be Friday. Happy Friday, guys. Welcome back to my channel. And yes, I only drink in the evenings. Cheers to you. Have a great weekend. I am here to let you know about the progress that I've had over this week, as well as any new things that are coming up in conjunction with Curtis and Whirlwind. This week was fairly productive. I had a lot of time to think about the direction that I wanted to take Curtis in. I have a feeling that it very well may be more than 2 additional chapters that's needed in order to really finish Curtis's book, in order to bring a seamlessness into the beginning of Ruby, which is the series or the sequel to Curtis. I personally feel that that's just a better way to close off that novel, and I hope you guys agree that it's just needed the additional couple of chapters. Now I do have a couple of ideas as far as how I'm going to go about writing Ruby. As of right now, Curtis is written from a male's perspective. I know that it was very difficult for me to do that as a woman, to write from a male's perspective, but honestly, after reading that, or after writing Curtis and then going back and reading some of Whirlwind, which is written from a female's perspective, it was more fun to write, I guess, as a dude, because you can get away with being really crass and vile and still be cool, you know, if that makes sense. Female characters are, I think for the most part, the majority expect female characters to be, you know, sweet, down to earth, and kind. Yeah, you can be badass and, you know, and curse from time to time, but I think for the most part, the heroine of a book should be, not should be, but I think romance novel lovers kind of want them to be not as big as a presence, personality wise, in a story. Now granted, that may be just my opinion, but from all of the novels that I've read, and I read all the time, I'm sure a lot of you guys are like me. I have over 900 books on my Kindle. I read every single day, at least a chapter. Between the 95 and writing my own stuff, I read. And even though I've read some amazing female characters and they're strong, independent women, the bigness of their personality is still dwarfed by the bigness of the male personality, even if the female is the primary character. So I think because of that, writing Curtis allowed me to go big or go home concerning his actions, his demeanor, his language, even just the narration of it was more in your face and more matter of fact. And I really like that. I really enjoyed being able to write from that perspective. So I think I'll do more of that in the future. Now Ruby, I'm going to go ahead and kick it back to a female's perspective, just because I think it makes sense for this particular series. Like I said in my first video, the story of Curtis, there are a lot of questions floating out in the wind, and they will be answered in the second book. And Curtis is asking the questions, Ruby is giving the answers. So I think having the questions be from his perspective and then the answers from hers just makes more sense. So that's how I'm going to go ahead and finish this series, I believe. So, but in the future, I do have another novel in mind, actually 2, that I'm going to work on after Ruby is finished. The first one I'm going to get to is, I think, spin-off. It's not necessarily the sequel to, but it's a spin-off of Whirlwind. It's going to be a shorter book, significantly, probably half of what Whirlwind's size is. Again, Whirlwind is over 550 pages. This book will not be near that big. But what it will focus on is the relationship between Molly's best friend Tracy, and it'll be between Tracy and Greg, who are a gay couple, and they work in the same hospital, and it'll be their ups and downs and their love story. And there's a lot of drama with that couple. A lot of drama. And I'm not talking drama. I'm talking everyday ups and downs, like serious drama. And that's going to be fun to write. That's going to be really, really fun to write. So yeah. And that book, right now, the working title is Tempest, because that's kind of, I wanted to stay along the same theme as far as the title goes. There was Whirlwind, which is an act of nature, and then Tempest, which is still along those lines. Yeah, that's kind of always how I've seen them. It was, yeah, because they're very tumultuous. They're very bullheaded characters, and it's going to be a good read. It's going to be very turbulent, so that'll be fun. So yeah, Tempest will come out, I don't know when, but that will be what I work on after Ruby is completed. And then once Tempest is finished, I will complete a story, and it very well may be a short story. I'm not quite sure, but I think it may be a short story, but honestly, it's been one of my favorites that I've had in my head for years and years. It's a period piece, and it's always in the back of my head, kind of clawing at the surface. So it's never left me. So that's going to be fun to get back to that full time and really focus on getting it finished, because that I think is going to be a lot of fun to both write and to read. And it'll be the first period piece that I've ever written, and I hope I do it justice. So right now, I have a bit of a giveaway / contest that I'm going to put out there. I'll have some details on Facebook and Twitter, and but I want to go ahead and put it out there to you guys as well. I am going to give away 10 copies of Curtis. Once it's released, they'll be giving away, of course, at no charge. It's a giveaway. It's a contest, so that you're going to win this. You're going to win a copy of Curtis. But what you need to do is you need to either go over to Amazon, Smashwords, or Barnes & Noble and purchase a copy of Whirlwind. I want to see screenshots of your purchases of Whirlwind, and I want to see reviews, like it or not. I want to see the reviews. I hope they're good, but if they're not, you know what? That does not disqualify you from the contest. I just want to see that you've purchased the book, that you've taken the time to read it, and that you've posted a review. And at that point, you will be in the running to win a copy of Curtis. Again, 10 copies will go out. I just want to have screenshots of the cover of Whirlwind, which I will show you. I want screenshots of the cover of Whirlwind, as well as screenshots of the review that you leave on any of those 3 forums, Amazon, Smashwords, and Barnes & Noble. So you have to have those those things completed before you can be eligible to win the copy of Curtis. Once I receive both of those screenshots, I will do, I'm not sure if I'm going to, I'll probably do the first 5. The first 5 entries will definitely receive copies of Curtis as part of the giveaway. The contest winners will get the first 5. After that, I will go ahead and choose an additional 5 at random to also win copies of Curtis. So a total of 10 people will win copies of Curtis once I've received screenshots of the cover of Whirlwind. Again, this little beauty right here. I want to see this copy on your Kindle of the cover, and then I also want to see the screenshot of your review. You cannot win with just purchasing the book. I want to know that you guys read it, and I only say that because if you're anything like me, anything at all, you'll go ahead and buy a book. It'll look great. You'll read the blurb that it offers. It'll be like, wow, that sounds like a great book. I love the cover. Everything looks great. It's really pulling my attention. Purchase it. 1 click. Free book. Great. Cheap. $2.99. Great. Next thing you know, you have 1,000 on your Kindle, but you haven't read half of them. I really want you guys to read this. I've written it not only to have people buy it. I want people to enjoy it. I'm not doing this just to make money. Would I like to be able to make a living off of writing? Absolutely. What author wouldn't? But I want to entertain you more than anything. I want people to like what I do. I want people to, again, like I said in my first video, I want someone to feel the emotions that I try to pull from the page. I just want you to like it. And you're not going to know if you like it if you don't read it. So go ahead and go ahead and buy the book. If you want to be part of the contest. If you don't, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. I respect that. It's up to you. No pressure, nothing. But if you want to be a part of the contest and win a copy of Curtis, go ahead and purchase Whirlwind. It's $2.99 through Amazon, Smashwords, Barnes & Noble. Go ahead and snap a screenshot of the cover on your Nook or Kindle. Send that to me. Read the book. Hopefully you'll like it. And then send me the screenshot of you leaving your review. Again, if you want to leave a review and it's not necessarily the best book you've ever written, or even if you hate it, all I ask is that you be kind in your post, in your review. There's a lot of indie authors out there who we're not English majors. There are going to be mistakes, unfortunately. A lot of us write for the love of writing, and most of us don't have a large budget in order to hire proofreaders and editors, and we have the money, we do what we can with what we've got, and we hopefully put forth a pretty good product. I think I've done that. I hope that you agree. But yeah, if for some reason the review that you want to leave is not necessarily the most, awe-inspiring, this is the best book I've ever written type of review, if you have any kind of negative thoughts about it, I just ask that you are constructive in your statements. Because again, as an indie author, I'm not going to learn what the public wants without some kind of dialogue or communication between myself and the public. So be constructive in your statements. I will learn from that. I will grow as an author. I'll be able to produce better quality books in the future, hopefully, because I do take what you say to heart. It means a lot to me that that you would go out of your way to be part of this contest, even if you're not necessarily a fan of my work yet. And I say yet because I do have hopes that one day you will be. So go ahead, buy the book, post your review. You'll be eligible for a free copy of Curtis for the first 5 people that do so. In addition to that, another random 5 people will be chosen at a later date to also win free copies of Curtis once it releases. So that's my spiel for this week. You guys have really been great. I've gotten a lot of response with people saying that they like these videos, this format so far. I know it's just been 1 week, but those of you that have taken the time to view the videos, I've gotten some positive feedback on that, so I do appreciate that. But please remember that if you do go ahead and watch these videos, and you want to continue to watch these videos, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, because that way if you're a frequent YouTuber YouTube watcher, then it will come up in your feed that you have a new video each week from my channel. And then if you like the videos, go ahead and hit the like button, because that helps me out. It gives me a higher placement when people go to search for my videos. It makes it easier for them to find it the more likes I have. So if you would please go ahead and hit the like button if you do in fact like these videos, and if you want to be updated each week and know when my videos hit, then please subscribe. And that is it for this week's video. I will go ahead and post on my Facebook pages probably late next week, mid to late next week, letting you know or reminding everybody about another upcoming video that will hit on next Saturday. And that'll probably be the format that I'll do from here on out. Midweek, I'll post on Facebook, reminding everyone about the YouTube channel, asking everyone to come by and check it out. And then on Saturday, I'll go ahead and post the new videos. So I hope you guys had a great week. I hope you have a good weekend. I know I am. I am starting mine off now. And yeah, cheers to you, and have a great weekend. Bye.